Everyone thought she was just another quiet new girl, until the day they knocked her down. That's when everything changed. The sound of laughter echoed down the school hallway, that cruel, sharp kind of laughter that never feels right. Emily stood there, clutching her backpack straps like they were her only armor. It was her third day at Ridgewood High, and already she'd learned what kind of place it was. People didn't see you for who you were, only what they could make fun of. Hey, new girl. Watch where you're going. A tall boy named Ryan, captain of the basketball team, smirked as he deliberately bumped into her, sending her books flying across the floor. His friends, Mason, Tyler, and Chloe burst out laughing. Emily crouched down, trying to gather her papers, her hands shaking slightly. Is she gonna cry? Chloe taunted, but Emily didn't cry. She just looked up, calm, silent, her deep hazel eyes meeting theirs for a split second. Something in that look made Ryan flinch. But then, to prove himself in front of his friends, he shoved one of her notebooks with his shoe and walked off of the hall. Went silent for a moment. Students who had seen the scene whispered and moved on. Only one person, a boy named Liam, bent down to help her pick up her things. You shouldn't take it personally, he said softly. Ryan and his group, they pick on everyone new. Emily gave a faint smile. Thanks. I'm used to it. She walked away quietly. But what no one knew, not Ryan, not Chloe, not even Liam, was that Emily wasn't just used to it. She had lived through worse. Much worse. The next day, Emily sat at the back of the classroom, listening, quiet as always. She avoided everyone's gaze, but her mind was alert, calculating. Every whisper, every giggle, every cruel glance, she noticed. That's how she'd survived before. At lunch, she sat alone. Again. The bullies saw their chance. Mason snatched her tray, pretending to trip and spill juice on her notebook. Oops, he said with a fake laugh. Guess you need to be more careful. Something shifted in Emily's expression. Just for a second. Don't, Liam warned them, stepping forward, but Ryan blocked his path. What, you gonna save her? She's not worth it. Emily slowly stood up, her jaw tight, her eyes unreadable. You know what's funny, she said softly. People like you always think you're in control. Until you're not. Ryan laughed. What's that supposed to mean? But Emily just turned and walked out, leaving everyone silent. That night, she stood in front of her bedroom mirror, her reflection steady. On the wall behind her hung medals, certificates, and a faded photograph, her in a black belt uniform, standing beside her late father, a national martial arts instructor. She touched the photo gently. You always told me to stand my ground, she whispered. Maybe it's time. The following week was the school's charity sports event. The main highlight, an open martial arts demonstration, where students could sign up to spar for fun. No one expected Emily to even show up, but she did. Dressed in a simple white training outfit, hair tied back, eyes steady. The moment she stepped onto the mat, the entire gym buzzed with whispers. Ryan and his friends watched, grinning from the bleachers. She's gonna embarrass herself, Chloe sneered. When Ryan's name was called for the exhibition match, fate decided the rest. He was paired with Emily. The crowd laughed, but within seconds of the match starting, laughter turned to shock. Ryan swung first, a sloppy attempt to impress the crowd. Emily ducked, sidestepped, and used his momentum against him, flipping him cleanly onto the mat. Gasps erupted. He scrambled up, furious, but she was faster, blocking, dodging, striking with precision. She didn't hurt him, she controlled every move, every breath. But she made her point. When the instructor called time, Ryan lay on the mat, panting, humiliated. Emily stood over him, calm, composed. Next time, she said softly, think before you push someone down. The gym exploded in applause. After the event, no one dared laugh at Emily again. Even Chloe avoided her gaze. Ryan couldn't look her in the eyes for weeks. But Emily didn't bask in revenge. She didn't humiliate them further. She walked through the halls the same way she always did, quiet, calm, unbothered. One afternoon, as school ended, Ryan approached her by the lockers. Hey, he said awkwardly, rubbing the back of his neck. Listen, about before. I was a jerk. I shouldn't have. It's okay, she interrupted gently. Just don't do it to anyone else. He nodded slowly, humbled. As Ryan walked away, Liam came up beside her. You could have destroyed him completely, he said. Why didn't you? Emily smiled faintly. Because power isn't about hurting back. It's about knowing you can, and choosing not to. Months later, Emily became one of the most respected students in Ridgewood High. Not because of her strength, but because of her heart. She joined the school's self-defense club and began teaching others, including girls who had once been too scared to walk the halls alone. Her story spread through the school not as the tale of a victim, but of a survivor who turned her pain into power. And in the same hallway where it all began, where her books had once been scattered on the floor, Emily now stood helping another new student pick up her things. Don't worry, she said with a smile. It gets better. Trust me. The girl smiled back, grateful, and Emily walked away, her head held high because the truth was simple. They knocked her down once. But she rose, stronger than they could ever imagine, and they would never forget the day they realized just who they were messing with.